Welcome back to Edge of Indy. On today's show, we're talking about men who cook. Sort of. Oh, that's Old National Bank's 100 Men Who Cook event coming up. We're also going to be joined by Alyssa Norwalk, owner of the new shop in Broad Ripple, Plenty Lifestyle. And, of course, the wacky Paul Poteet is back. So all that and much more this week on The Edge.
Your audio and video source featuring Indianapolis tech trends, marketing industry champions, and business innovation. This is Edge of Indy. Broadcasting from Edge Media Studios. Let's get today's conversation started.
Welcome back. Hey, if you haven't seen Edge of Indy, what's wrong with you? Come on, this is a great show. To let you know what we're doing here on Edge of Indy each and every Wednesday at 3 p.m., we're talking to Indianapolis movers and shakers, entrepreneurs, innovators, everyone that we feature people and organizations that are out there making Indianapolis an awesome place to visit, work, and live. So we constantly ask you to promote the choose local mantra. I mean, you need to participate in the local community and lift up those players that are doing the best for this city. That's what Edge of Indy is all about. So thank you very much for joining us. To my right, we have Brittany Simpson, who is the onboard and outreach manager of Site Strategics.
Who are you? I think you forgot you.
I don't know who I am. I'm Aaron Sparks. They know me, right? If they haven't seen the show, my name is Aaron Sparks. I'm CEO of Site Strategics as well as Edge Media Studios. And we welcome you here each and every week to be able to share these stories. Around the table, let me introduce our guests today. We have Mark Bradford, Region CEO of Old National.
Thanks for having me.
You're more than welcome. We also have Kelly Hartman, co-founder of Outside the Box.
Thanks for having me.
You're more than welcome, as well as Dane Nutty, Executive Director of Indy Public Safety Foundation.
And thanks for having me.
Did you all practice that?
Good job, everyone.
We did.
Very good.
Not a lot of
One down.
creativity.
For the first 30 seconds. Good job.
Well, Dane, you're actually you're participating as a chef this year. What made you get involved in this event? And we'll unpack the event here in a second here. And what's your background in cooking?
Not very much, but last year I kind of maybe cheated a little bit and partnered with a restaurant that helped me out a little bit. But the reason why we get involved in this is pretty simple. It's to support Old National Bank and the great work they do in our community. And this year we're so excited to support Outside the Box through that. I think it's such a great, cool event. It's a model that's not utilized very often throughout the nonprofit community. I think it's just great that Old National takes the lead on that.
Very cool, very cool. Well, let's tell you what the event's all about here. The 100 Men Who Cook event is brought to you by Old National Bank and hosted at Outside the Box. And so tell us about the event, and we know it's coming up February 17th, but Mark, you want to give us a rundown of what this event is?
Sure, and actually this started about 10 years ago. It's Old National throughout the footprint. We've raised $5 million plus in the various communities that we serve throughout the Midwest. But what I like to compare it to is just a large tailgate party in the middle of February. So many of the events you go to are kind of stuffy and there's a program, and we don't have any of that. You just come and enjoy cooking and a lot of socializing, and we try to keep the prepared speeches to a minimum.
5 minutes or less, right?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Mm-hmm. So it's great to be able to see so many executives come out and be able to share and not only just want to contribute to a charitable organization, but also bring their wares out. I mean, they got some good recipes there.
Oh, absolutely. And there are some people that, particularly the grilling, I think if you like grilled meats, you're in the right place. Some of the chefs have gone more heart healthy and done things that are, I guess, more for the vegetarians, for other people, but
For the
really,
other people.
that didn't come out.
My creme brulee last year was not part of that menu.
Yeah,
How do you grill a creme brulee?
You don't grill.
Yeah.
I fired with I had a torch that I actually got to use on site there for kind of that top portion of the creme brulee.
Got it.
So
Got
are
it.
there desserts at this?
Oh,
absolutely.
There-
Every course.
There are,
Then I'm in.
there
Okay.
are salads, there are soups, there are appetizers. Main courses are the big attraction, but I think you can find a little bit of anything there.
And is there alcohol?
Absolutely. You have to pay for it. We don't give it away free, but if you pay for it, I think you can enjoy it, and then it will give you something to wash down the meal with.
Yeah, absolutely.
Can you tell us a little bit more about the mission behind the event and what you're really trying to accomplish?
Well, I think Kelly'd be a great person
Kelly, let's
because we
hear it.
are supporting Outside the Box, which is an incredible agency.
Well, and I just want to make sure people understand this is like a tailgate party, but it's not outside.
No.
Which is even better.
It's not going to be
In
outside.
February, you're right.
And people are not grilling indoors. It is a safe event. But I think the great thing is, as you shared, Old National Bank being really such a great community partner. They are taking the philanthropic lead and celebrating what they believe are some of the great local organizations who are doing good work for people locally. And Outside the Box is so super excited about being the beneficiary of funds raised this year. And what we do is, so the mission for this year, because each beneficiary only gets to celebrate this one year, we were chosen this year, and we provide supports to people with intellectual challenges who are on course to have a better life, and we are part of that.
That's excellent. That's excellent, and what a fantastic cause, and kudos to involving yourself in such a well needed organization. So. Dane, your work with Indy Public Safety Foundation you hold a signature event each and every year as well, right?
We do, absolutely, yes. So that goes on at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway in the fall. And the goal is similar to what we all do nonprofits, is we want to introduce people to our mission. And with public safety, that's pretty easy. So we bring out all the fun stuff of police, fire, EMS, the trucks, the toys, and allow people to really get hands-on and experience what our first responders do every day.
Excellent, excellent.
Kelly, getting back to you and Outside the Box a little bit, you are all about building partnerships with the community.
Oh, yeah.
What makes this partnership so unique and so special with Old National Bank?
Old National Bank has been such a great partner with us. It seems anything that we've ever needed, Old National Bank steps up, and they are our bank, which is awesome. And so when you're a not-for-profit, there's a lot of implications there, right? You make no money. You don't have a lot of ability
profits.
tomorrow.
You didn't tell us that when we got involved here.
So we need really nice people to give us money, no? And so their foundation has been very involved in supporting our mission in the community. I think that they have really empowered us to learn about how to make the most of the resources we do have, and have been a great partner in that. And, we work with a population of folks who need to understand how important relationships are. And Old National Bank has always had open doors to us being part of their community as bankers in Indianapolis. And so it's been really an awesome partnership. We love Old National Bank.
We love you back.
What a great endorsement.
We should be doing a commercial.
So let's talk more about the beneficiary of the event.
That's you all, yeah.
And who's going to be lifted up with the money that's going to be raised, and how this helps your organization.
Well, Outside the Box provides a unique service, for people who may not be familiar with supports for individuals with intellectual disabilities. Sometimes we don't think much past the school system, special education for folks until they reach a certain age. But what happens then if they are not ready for perhaps a trade school or college, or if they're not able to be independent, And so places like Outside the Box provide an opportunity for those individuals to continue their education post-secondary. Each of our individuals are on a track. Maybe their next career step is going to be volunteerism. Maybe their next career step is going to be practicing job skills. It may not be directly going straight into a job. And so from that skill development all the way through to employment and working with employers, that is what Outside the Box does for adults with intellectual challenges. Currently, we serve about 350 individuals in our Indianapolis location. We have a waiting list of more than 70. We've started a new program that is only based in the community, so outside of our facility, because we need to reach people in new and different ways. These funds will not only help us look at how to have a bigger footprint geographically, but also how to infuse the program that we do have and the programs that we're expanding so that we can reach more people.
Is there an age range that those programs serve? So is it
traditionally
all ages? Is it?
So, and that's the other thing. We started as a program that was primarily for young adults who left high school. It has extended into, we have folks who they consider themselves retired. They're older and they do what all of us want to do when we're older, which is not work and hang out in the community and do fun things.
That's the goal.
Yeah. So if I get there. And then we also have folks who are really interested before the high school age. So we're looking at, we do some summer programming. We interact with some school age kids so that they can begin to experience our program before they graduate.
Gosh, that's great.
And for all of you who are joining our stream in progress, we just wanted to come around and introduce our guest again. We have a number of individuals here. Mark Bradford, Region CEO of Old National. We also have Kelly Hartman, co-founder of Outside the Box, and Dane Nutty, Executive Director of Indy Public Safety Foundation. We had a little bit of a short start there on the stream. We want to make sure that everybody knows who's in the house today.
I blame the internet.
So, I mean, what a fantastic foundation, and forgive me, the origins of Outside the Box. Where did it come from? Who started this foundation?
So I provide services through my other big girl job, which is Insights Consulting, and we work with folks who are behaviorally challenged or who may need residential supports, who have also have intellectual challenges, and we continue to hear that there needed to be another option. And as we sat down and talked about it, the other co-founder, which is Megan Greek, her and I sat and talked constantly, and we kept saying, we need to think outside the box. We need something different. We need to look at different ways to reach people. And as we continued to say outside the box, I said, let's see if that name's available. So that's where Outside the Box came from. We're entering our 10th year of supporting folks. Currently, our location is at 56th and Bedford on the northeast side. In an old nursing home, believe it or not. That was, which the coolest thing about an old nursing home is every classroom has a bathroom. If you think about that,
that's not bad at all.
And so, like I said, we have about 350 folks in the program there. We do the day programming, which is the majority of the folks that we reach. We also do employment services, and we have an art program.
Dane, I want to circle around back to you and kind of ask from the chef perspective. So part of this event is obviously fundraising for the greater good of the event. What has your experience been fundraising for the event and kind of trying to prepare your dishes? As a chef, what is this experience like as a chef?
Well, admittedly, I've gotten a slow start this year, but don't worry. I will pick up. I promise.
Giddy up.
Yeah, I found, though, last year, and I'm sure this is going to be the case again this year, it's really easy to get my friends, my networks, and my families to support this because it's a partner as strong as Old National Bank supporting an innovative solution to one of the issues we face in our community, like Outside the Box. So I threw it out there like we all do, typically on Facebook, and I think last year, within the first maybe hour or two, I had $1,000 from just friends and family, members that wanted to support not only me and probably make fun of me a little bit for the fact that I'm actually preparing food for 100 people, but also to support, of course, the organization that's the beneficiary.
Oh, excellent, excellent. And so as far as Old National is concerned, what other ways does Old National actually support the community? I mean, it's not only one event,
Sure.
right? What else is happening for 100 Men Who Cook explicitly?
Other than the 100 Men Who Cook, obviously, the neat thing is the event is held at the Old National Center.
Yeah, it's a cool place.
So it absolutely is. And so we have supported the Old National Center for, I think over 5 years, and that's been a great partnership that we have. Another partnership we just entered into, in the last 2 years, is with the Indianapolis Children's Museum, which we're very, very proud of.
Good friends of ours, those people.
Oh, and I mean, it's just one of the premier places in the country, obviously. And so we're very excited about that partnership. A new one we just entered into was with Butler University. And so we now have the Old National Bank Center for Closely Held Business. That doesn't roll off the tongue, but I can tell you that a lot of our clients are closely held businesses. And so we thought, what better way to do it to partner with a brand such as Butler that has such great recognition, I think for all the right reasons, and then with their closely held businesses, with their School of Business, the Andre Lacey School of Business, and that's been a great partnership. And that is in addition, where we got to know Outside the Box is we've had associates of Old National Bank on your board for a long time. They came back and were very, very passionate about it. And what we try to do is support a lot of the great not-for-profits in the Indianapolis area, and especially those that we have associates that are on boards or volunteer or do great things for them. It's easy for us to support those agencies that our folks are passionate about.
That's something I think we've noticed as the show has gone on, is that the Indianapolis community is so hungry to hold individuals up, companies up, events. We're such a philanthropic community when you really stop and think about it. Like, we really tap into each other and hold each other up as much as possible. And
Right.
Butler's another organization that just goes above and beyond in terms of, helping people out and providing that aid. So it's great. I just think, like, what a nice little community we live in.
It really
it's
is.
a good place, this Indy.
And the can-do attitude is
Absolutely.
something that you just see, that if you have a good cause, people are willing to
Well, and if
support
you
it.
can't, then somebody else is going to help you figure it out too. I
Right.
just feel like there's, we're troubleshooters too in Indianapolis, I feel like.
I think so.
And spotlighters, because a lot of the times, if you don't make your way to main circuit type of communication, sometimes that spotlight doesn't get shown. And part of the community side of this is everybody needs to be able to lift up, and the tribes that every brand represents, however large, are loyal, are dedicated, and they're cause-oriented, they're cause-driven. So
I believe that.
it's not about the size of the community. It's about the passion to be able to lift up and to be able to showcase some needed attention to these organizations.
Right.
Did you tell us what you're preparing for this? What is your dish?
I didn't. I haven't actually selected it yet.
Oh, you're that
I have a
prepared,
couple
huh?
options.
So
I
why
have
is
a
the
couple
restaurant
options
going to
right
make
now.
for you?
What are your options? I would love a vote in this.
So I was thinking on the dessert side of it to maybe do like an eclair type of thing. So it's going to be a little bit of a challenge for me too, right?
Okay.
But why not? I have the Food Network, so and YouTube.
I mean,
I
exactly.
can figure out how to do it, right?
That's
But
like basically going to school for it, right?
Exactly.
Watching some
I have a
YouTube
degree,
videos.
yeah. But I also, last year I did dessert, so I maybe thought stray into kind of a different area. And there's a couple of salads. I can't disclose what they are.
There's secret salads,
Well, because
obviously.
St.
One's a-
Elmo's preparing it for you, right?
No, they're not.
Oh,
No, this is all Dane Nutty this year.
Oh,
Okay,
okay.
so
All
I got
right.
a lot of heat last year for being the only one that I thought it was a genius idea. It wasn't prohibited in the rules, and I reached out and found a partner that wanted to teach me how, the executive chef of St. Elmo's, to teach me how to make my dishes last year.
Well, since Dane's being so mysterious, what I'm doing again this year is it's a barbecued pulled chicken
Yum.
sliders on
delicious.
the Hawaiian buns, the little Hawaiian buns. So if y'all are hungry, come by and see me, because
Sounds delicious.
I hate to brag, but they really, really are good.
That's awesome.
All right, so to showcase all of this great food, we got to know where to go. So we know it's at the Old National Center.
Absolutely.
And it's February 17th.
Right.
Let's get a time on the docket here.
Social hour starts at 6 o'clock. 6:45, the chef parade, and that's a lot of fun. That the 100 chefs come into the room. We haven't picked the song for which the chefs come in, but
fun.
if you want to see if you think they're bad cooks, you ought to see how bad they dance. Because
It's not
it's not good at all.
Even after social hour, when there's been alcohol
Well,
involved?
well, we think we dance better after
Okay,
social
well, exactly,
hour, but
exactly.
but we've seen the tapes, and it's not very good. And so
Maybe
then,
you can incorporate dance lessons too. Like,
I'm not sure
No?
that's going to
Okay,
work.
well,
Okay,
probably not a good idea.
no.
It just gets worse from there.
Yeah. So we will have opening remarks, and again, we'll keep those very, very brief, and then really we'll just enjoy one another, enjoy great food, and have a great time. Come back at the end. We have awards for the top chefs as far as the different categories are concerned. And something we didn't do last year that we're going to do this year is we will name the recipient of the 2019 100 Men Who Cook. The beneficiary that we select, and we think that's going to be pretty exciting. They've done that in some of our other communities, and people really like that, and you try to create a little bit of drama behind that.
you don't want to offer some breaking news here right now and tell us?
We don't know. We are just now accepting applications, so I better not do that, because other people who might submit a great nomination might be reluctant to do so.
All right, to find out more, you go over to just search 100 Men Who Cook Indianapolis. You can also go to the website, 100menwhocookindy.com, right?
Yep, and that's up on the screen too.
Yep, we got it and got it right there. And on Twitter, OTB Indy to connect with Outside the Box. How else can we find Outside the Box and find out more about your organization?
You can go to our website, which is otbonline.org.
.org.
That's something.
I didn't know that you were going to ask me this question.
You really had me on the edge of my seat. I was like, where is she taking us?
Just while I have the mic for a second.
Yeah.
On behalf of Outside the Box and really the community of Indianapolis, I want to reflect a little bit on what you said, which is, we do lift each other up. We do need the opportunity to make friends.
Mm-hmm.
This is a fundraising event, but this is for us a huge opportunity for people to know what we do, because a lot of folks wouldn't find Outside the Box unless they had an individual in their family that they supported, or maybe were trying to get into our services.
Mm-hmm.
Without partners like Old National Bank, we would not have the exposure, and this event is going to be a really great opportunity for us to make more friends and be exposed more so people know about us. And this show, thank you guys for having us.
Oh, you're more than
course.
welcome.
Thank you.
We're
More
glad
than
to, we're
welcome.
glad to be your new friend too.
I'm so glad to have new friends.
We play well, except for Fridays. We run down the hall with scissors.
Yeah, well,
that's right.
Otherwise, we're good. All right. Well, thank you so much. It's a laudable event, and you got a lot of CEOs and executives that are coming out. And it's not just 100 men who cook, right?
Well, I mean, it's 100 men who serve, some of which, they rely
Serve
on
some
other
sort of
people.
edible food.
Not really cook.
All right.
And the other part is I really want to emphasize is the fact, we have some CEOs, we have some very prominent people, but we have people from every type of occupation. It's a very, very diverse group that we have that serve as chefs, and I really think that a lot of the beauty of the event is the diversity in the chef talent that we have.
Fantastic.
And if any chefs want to bring food by between now and the event for us to taste test it,
Oh,
and we can give you
That's
our
a great
opinion.
idea.
Hey, Dane is
Once I
not
select
above
him.
that. Yeah, he might do it.
Yeah, man.
Week over week, we can showcase a particular dish of 100 men who cook, right? I mean, I
think it's
sure.
a great idea.
I think
I
there's
see an
something-
opportunity here. So
See, we're
Okay.
all working
Done
for
and done.
tips. They're working for tips. That's the cool thing. You
We
can
can
go
leave
right
a
now.
tip jar. I
Right.
mean, you guys see the tip jar right here. We could actually leave a tip jar here for donations. Hey.
Or you can go online right this very second and put him in
And give to me.
first
Yeah.
by giving Dane a tip.
I'm behind this
Right
year, so
now.
please help me out.
Because your organization supports great people in this city, so
Yeah.
we should be tipping you because you do awesome work.
Absolutely. Well, thank you for that. Right back at you.
All right, it's getting a little thick in here. Okay. Thank you, everybody, and kudos to you. And we're certainly going to lift you guys up and
Yeah, good
make sure that everybody knows about what this event's about, and anything else that we can do for you. Just let us know. All right.
Thank you.
Thank you
Thank
so
you so
much.
much.
We really appreciate
More
it.
than welcome. More than welcome. All right, we're going to be coming up with some craziness from Paul Poteet. He's on the edge. Coming up right after this. Got that.
Real life, real stories. Let's see what's trending in Indianapolis. This is Paul Poteet on the Edge.
So
Yep.
dancy every week.
Every week you are, and it doesn't look like you're on the edge. Yeah, it looks like you're on plaid.
I'm a lumberjack. This cold
Beautiful,
weather,
beautiful. You've got Monty Python in your blood, huh?
it turned me into a lumberjack. You know what I am? I'm a lumberjack of all trades.
Oh,
That's what I am.
now you can't really give yourself a bell for that one.
Oh, you don't think that's Bellwood?
I don't think it's bell.
It was like a quiet bell. I'm okay with it.
It's more of a ting than a. There we go. It's a muted bell.
I should go to my church sometime in the balcony and just try to join the bell choir.
If you FaceTime that, I would be so appreciative. I mean, literally, have your wife do that and just watch Paul with the bell.
That could get old in a hurry, couldn't it?
It just did.
Oh, jeez.
All right. Hey, well, I'm sorry I missed you last week, Paul.
I'm glad you're back because I didn't want you missing Betty White's birthday.
Dude, I've been watching Betty White from afar, and I gotta say that she is like the coolest person on the face of the planet.
We were discussing pre-show how old her parents got to be, because there's got to be some genetics. I'm saluting Tom Brokaw on Betty White's birthday. There's got to be some genetics involved with that. Jim Michalskowski at the Pentagon has more, Jim.
Wow.
There's got to be some genetics involved there.
Or she is a mutant alien hybrid.
You be nice to Betty White.
What about Betty White?
A national treasure.
She is, absolutely. She's spunky.
And if you haven't heard yet today or seen online, I saw she was actually trending earlier today. This 95-year-old woman is trending. That is our first story on The Edge. And I like that headline, longevity, vodka, and hot dogs together on the sixes. She says that that one of the things she indulges in is vodka and hot dogs, quote, probably in that order. You know, wash them down.
I respect that.
Gotta be hot dogs. I mean, Betty, come on. Does it have to be hot dog? I mean, I'm getting the Sue end of it.
Okay. So
saucy. She's doing what she always does. She's being naughty there. Yeah, hot dogs.
Well, we do understand that there's a heck of a lot of preservatives in hot dogs. Anyone want to take a swing at that?
Even I hadn't thought about that angle, but that's true. Well, she says, enjoy life, because, you know, people always, the stock news story, anybody who gets to be past, 85 or whatever, is how do you do it? Or, she says, enjoy life, accentuate the positive, not the negative. It sounds so trite, but a lot of people will pick out something to complain about rather than say, hey, that was great. It's not hard to find great stuff if you look.
Oh, Betty.
Right through those vodka goggles.
Especially if you're looking through vodka goggles. Everything is fine.
That does help.
Everything's fine. Well,
and that's a nice fuzzy hue around everything.
And she spent a lot of time as a pet pal too, around animals. So I'm with her 2 out of 3. So I should live to be at least 90, right?
There it is.
You could replace vodka with Maker's Mark. I'd be fine. Cool. All right. We good on that?
We're good. We're solid. Moving on.
Story number 2. I've got 2 grand old dames, great dames, if you will. 2 great older women.
You have 2 Great Danes? What?
Not Danes. You're stuck on Betty White being a pet pal. Remember, there's nothing like a dame. When I was a very young kid, the cool ladies were dames. Tough talking.
What a dame.
Gum smacking.
I don't know if we can say this, Paul. We probably just need to step away from it. It could be an HR violation.
Yeah, they were great dames. And the second cool old lady, older lady. Well, what am I saying?
You watch your dirty mouth.
Actually,
Paul.
you know what? She's now my new hero. Check this out. Yeah.
I knew you'd love this.
Yeah, she's your people.
This is a deer dropping Nana. You just turned 100 years old, and so that I don't get labeled fake, let me say that picture was when she was 99. A couple of weeks before she turned 100, she had posed with her, with her kill there.
Yep.
And her family posted it. So all of a sudden she became, much to her surprise, a viral sensation. She is not on Facebook, she said. And she said so she hunts all the time and said, check this out. She started hunting and fishing during the Great Depression to put food on the table. Mm-hmm. Out of necessity, her husband passed away, I think it was like 30 years or so, and she's kept on doing it. She used to do it with him. It was a pastime she enjoyed with him, and so she still goes out. Maybe she could hook up with you, Aaron.
Oh, my gosh. She's actually doing better than I am, so I'm grinding my teeth a little bit. She's got a kill more recent than I do. I bet she processes her deer. I bet she does everything. I mean, she is like a superhero to me.
She's like, well, I tell you, people that grew up in the Depression, God love my mom and dad, they weren't out, nabbing bucks.
Yeah.
Anything, at the garden, we had the big giant garden every year, and they'd spend those, couple of weeks in the fall canning stuff, and we'd have this big storm cellar filled with anybody that was around during the
God love potato soup.
Yeah, so they could make a dollar stretch. Now, what's my excuse? I wasn't around during the Depression.
Well, I mean, I think you're trying to do that with your flannel shirt there. I mean, you're trying to give us some retro there, right?
I like your shirt, Paul.
It may be a few years old too. Okay, make it a dollar stretch too. That's my diet. I'll never.
You actually match the entire background here, so I mean, I don't know what I'm saying.
Yeah, easy on my plaid. If Betty White were here right now, she'd slip into cougar mode. Oh. And We're talking, that's kind of spicy. I mean, that's as old as I am, still a 40-year age difference. Hello.
I don't think I'm going to say anything else right there.
What a power couple that would be, though.
Mrs. Poteet wouldn't be too thrilled about any of this, but, maybe just she's the platonic friend that moves in, Betty White. Always dropping, she doesn't drop deer, she drops wisecracks. It's safer that way.
And a couple hot dogs.
So we have two wacky old women.
I don't think you can say that, but okay.
Two impressive older ladies. This is coming from an impressive older man. And I have one not so impressive woman to finish up with. Story number 3. Are you ready for this?
Yes.
Hit us.
Did you know that you can return your dead Christmas trees to Costco for your money back?
You got to be kidding me.
I saw this.
Yeah. Now, this woman, if she did this on like the day after she bought it in early December, maybe you'd have something. But she was in line on January 4th, clearly, after she'd used the Christmas tree. And somebody standing behind, waiting through this whole process, was posting, "I can't make this stuff up. Woman in line at Costco, totally nonchalant, to return a Christmas tree, quote, because it's dead on January 4th.
Oh, you don't say? Your tree is dead, ma'am?
Postscript.
Was it like that whenever you bought it?
She got the money.
You got to be kidding me.
Bless it.
Is it just because of Costco?
I guess, because, they have their policy if you're not satisfied. And I'm surprised it took this long for somebody to say, no, I'm not satisfied. I thought that tree would live forever.
I've got a crate of eggs that I just ate that I'm not satisfied. Here's some shells. Here's the box they came in. Give me a refund.
I know.
I'm not satisfied that my food is gone that I bought here. Can I have my money back?
This is like, when will common sense actually prevail?
I
Ever?
think we're into the realm of the surreal,
Yeah.
especially with everything that's going on right now. I mean, I don't know if we don't even have like a rope tethering us to the portal. We're just in full free falling mode now.
Now, this is not how you make a dollar stretch, unlike the Nana who's getting her own food. This is not how you save money. This shouldn't be the way you do it.
No.
So now, according to a Reddit post, take this for what it's worth, some of the craziest things ever returned to Costco include a safe that reeked of cannabis, an empty wine bottle. The returner said gave.
Don't give
I
Brittany
don't
any
know why you
ideas.
looked at me.
Brittany, hello? Test it. Is this on?
I just wanted to return this.
She's just looking to where she can get it filled back up.
I want
It's like a
some more.
growler.
I want some more, please.
Growler. Oh, gosh. The policy is open-ended with no time limit, with the exception of electronics, which have a 90-day limit. So they didn't have anything in there about Christmas trees.
Oh, lady.
Yeah. See, that ain't right.
People, they're the worst.
Yeah.
Okay.
For Betty White and that deer-dropping Nana. They're dames.
I got to follow her. She's too cool, but she's not on Facebook, so
So, do you mean in life? You're just going.
I'm just going to follow her because maybe there's a chance to shoot some deer.
Well, I'm guessing that she's such an excellent hunter that she may already be following you and you just don't recognize it.
I will risk that. All right. Well, thanks. Those are some wild and wacky stories, and we always appreciate what you got going on there. So with that, hey, thank you so much for just throwing that stuff at us because
It's another week on the edge.
All right, so with that, let's hear about the weather. We're kind of cold, are we not?
Yeah, it's very cold, but you know what? I was just thinking, it's the first time in like 3 shows that I don't have some kind of drama either at the beginning or the end of the week about snow or ice or whatnot. So that'll be good. We had the drama, when was it? Last weekend, it was at the beginning of the weekend, and then the weekend before was at the end of the weekend that we had the freezing rain. So fairly quiet. There's going to be some rain, it looks like, Sunday night, but just plain rain Sunday night. And Monday is the next big thing. Boy, I thought it's been cold. We've been down below 0 8 times now. this season. So, I mean, it's been maybe a little colder than average. Certainly, the thing is that the last couple of winters were so much quieter than this. We're talking like the entirety of last winter. We had about as much snow as we've seen already this winter, which is about, in some spots, which is about 11 inches. Typical around here is 25 inches. So you have a couple of winters where you only get about half of your normal snow, and then everybody kind of gets used to it.
Mm-hmm.
So our forecast for the next couple of days has temperatures gradually going up. We're only around 20 this afternoon as we come to you on Wednesday, but we should get closer to 30 and near freezing on Thursday. Lots of sunshine Thursday. Friday's high is going to be into the upper 30. Actually, a few degrees, above freezing. So
Woohoo!
As we go into the weekend, then 40s Saturday and nearly 50, as you see right there.
Mm-hmm.
On Sunday, and our biggest rain chances, there's a chance Saturday afternoon and evening, and Sunday afternoon. Biggest chance is Sunday night into Monday, and then it looks like it might end with a little bit of snow Monday night. But done with shoveling, it looks like, for a while.
That's fantastic news.
I was a little disappointed that you weren't there to shovel me out the other day because we didn't get the 4 inches that you said you would come shovel me out.
I wasn't even here to shovel this out, Poor Mrs. Poteet. She probably out there, for all I know, hunting dinner too, as well as shoveling our sidewalk. Who knows what she's.
Did neighbor Bob help?
Neighbor Bob's snowblower is still in the shop right now.
Oh no!
He did come out and help. So
okay.
He had one job.
Good job.
One job.
And plus, he's retired. Oh my gosh! I mean,
What else is he doing?
yeah, what else are you doing out there? Come on, you're retired. Do you see Betty White retired yet? No.
No. Hot dogs and vodka.
Hot dogs and vodka. So that's the end of our segment. Hot dogs and vodka for everyone. Have a great night.
Bring them out. Bring them out. Bring them out.
All right, we can certainly see you from afar. Go check out, for all of our audience, go check out Paul Poteet at paulpoteet.com. Anything else you have coming up this week on your schedule?
If we have any friends who have watching us, who have friends down around Cincinnati, it's on local TV. Actually, it's called Local 12 on the CBS station in Cincinnati this weekend, and I'm so glad I'm not driving home late Sunday night in freezing rain again with 12 crazy truck drivers with me on 74. That'll be great. So.
Excellent. All right. So certainly,
and of course, always paulpoteet.com.
Excellent. All right. Well, with that, we'll look forward to next week when you bring us some more stories about Betty White. We're actually going to turn the entire thing into a Betty White.
Games are coming up.
All right. Thanks so much, Paul.
Bye, Paul.
Bye.
Take care.
This is Edge of Indy, showcasing Indianapolis tech trends, marketing industry champions, and business innovation. Broadcasting from Edge Media Studios. Now, let's get back to today's topic.
Hey, welcome back to the show. For our audience that is now joining us on Edge of Indy, we just want to apologize for our previous segment. We will absolutely get that out to you as quickly as possible. Had a great meeting with Old National Bank and Outside the Box. So stay tuned. We're going to be able to fire that up very soon after our wonderful segment that we're jumping into. I want to introduce to all of our audience Alyssa Norwalk, owner of Plenty Lifestyle. Alyssa, how you doing?
Great. How are you?
She's here. She's here.
Yay, thank you for having me.
Oh, you're more than welcome. Well, you're joining us from Plenty Lifestyle, a new shop in Broad Ripple. Can you tell us a little bit about Plenty?
Yes, of course. I opened in June, and I'm a lifestyle shop, so I have a little bit of everything from furniture to art, jewelry, gifts, and I'm about 80% local artisan.
I need to give a personal testimonial. Okay, so not too long ago, it was after a really stressful day. There was stuff going on in my personal life. It was like one of my hardest days that I've had in the recent history. I was driving by your shop. I was like, you know what? Retail therapy, that's always a thing. Go in your shop. You greeted me with such warmth and kindness. I cried a little. I poured my guts out to you, and I was like, I'm just really stressed out. And you spent the loveliest time, and we just like hugged, and we talked, and we touched base, and you walked me through, and you introduced me to everything. I cannot tell you how much that meant to me. And I feel like anybody who steps inside that shop is going to have the exact same experience, whether or not they're on the brink of a mental meltdown or not. Like, it's still such a good experience because the way that you've set it up and created it, it really is. It's not just you're going shopping. You go in there and your mind is clear. You've created such a lovely environment. So tell us about kind of your story behind it all.
Thank you. So I originally was going to do an online shop and blog, and I decided I really wanted to create an experience for the senses, and I want people to walk in and feel good and walk out and feel even better. So
you did that for sure.
How does one do that? How do you do that to get that experience?
Candles.
Because I know if I walk into Walmart, I'm having a whole different experience.
Exactly. I'm trying to do the opposite of the Walmart experience. I really aesthetically, it's very aesthetically pleasing. It's very comfortable. You feel like you're at home. You don't want to leave. And there are funny things. There are sentimental things, beautiful things, and just a little bit for everyone. But it just really is all about the experience and wanting people to inspire them and to just make them feel better.
Yeah, and it's not like you said, it's not even comparable to Walmart. You don't walk in and there's not the aisles. There's not.
I made no assertion there.
No, I know he was not. But there's not that harsh. You really do feel like you're walking around your own house, which is kind of. But like you can buy stuff there. It's incredible. I don't know if there's like science behind it, how you're grouping things. I'm not sure what kind of witchcraft you're doing.
But no witchcraft involved. But I think it just really is. It's just been a very thoughtful process, and my customers range from everyone. I have a lot of men. I have a lot of women. I have teenagers. I have 90-year-olds. I cover the span of everyone.
Do you cover lumberjacks?
I could probably find something for a lumberjack.
Because Paul Petit had that lumberjack thing
You'd
going
be nice
on.
to Paul. It was just a plaid shirt. Good grief,
Just
sir.
saying. All right. Well, I mean, that's awesome because you're actually personalizing experience as opposed to bringing product for the masses. I mean, that's honestly how people want to shop. They want to have something that's a warm embrace. They want to have something that's more specialized. And people are realizing, not only choosing local, but they also want to shop niche. They want something that they can trust, that is actually giving them a little bit more connection as opposed to just being a statistic, just being a number in a big box store, right?
Absolutely. Yes. I mean, people really enjoy coming back, and the word is spreading, and it's just been an incredible experience. And just because I have so many local artisans and I have events for them every other week, and I'm just uplifting them and promoting. Sometimes they're even new artists that are just beginning, and it's just been a really cool experience.
I wanted to highlight you for that as well because you are so good to your artisans. And 80% of your stuff is from local artisans or just artisans in general, but you focus so much on the local level too. And like you said, you hold special events for them. You're trying to get awareness around them. So kudos to you for doing that because you could just be selling stuff to sell stuff, and that's not what you're doing at all.
No, not at all. No, it is. It's so much deeper than that, and I just really want to uplift, and I also give back to the community, and I have Art Mix, which I have a piece on display up there. I'm having a big fundraiser for them February 8th, and all of the proceeds that day from Art Mix will go towards them. It's young adults with mental disabilities. And so the event is February 8th, 5 to 8. And we'll have some of the families, some of the students there. It'll be incredible. But that whole entire day will be all of Art Mix will go towards Art Mix, and then 10% of the sales at Plenty will go towards them as well.
That is awesome.
Thank you.
Isn't she cool?
Very cool. Very cool.
I know.
I dig it. So where did this passion come from?
So my mother had Down by the Ducks at 56 in Illinois in the 80s. And then she did. She started Tarkington Tweed, Tarkington Trend, which was a clothing store for over 20 years. And I grew up working for her. I managed and bought for her for many years. And then in 2005, I opened a shop with 4 other women called Ginkgo. Next to it's where the garden table in Broadapple is currently. And so
place.
We were open for 3 years, and it was very similar to Plenty, but this is my first venture solo. So
Can you tell us about intuitive gift giving? Because that's what you do, and no one is probably going to know what that is, but it's awesome.
Thank you. I have just always had this special gift of giving people things that I knew that they would like or want or need, and it just kind of has always been a really cool gift that I've had. So I have a little something for each of you.
You're so sweet. Do you want Aaron to go first or
Sure.
me? Aaron, you're first.
Either one.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Of course.
Very
It's
nice.
just
It's amazing.
this is one of our favorite lines.
You don't have to be crazy to work here. We'll train you. Yes!
And the best part is
I
that's
love
so
it.
true.
It is absolutely true. If you actually come to work with me, I will drive you crazy. Very cool. Thank you so much.
Okay, and mine says pajamas all day. Also, it's like you know me. Like I would be in pajamas all day if I could be.
How does
she know?
I don't what's going on here?
Exactly.
This is weird.
Yes, and this is just a little nugget. So
I
that's
love
just
it.
one thing. But yes,
Thank you.
and I do curate gifts. That's another talent that I have. And you can call in for any occasion. I can put together gifts for. I had a bridesmaid call me, and she wanted, or I'm sorry, a bride. She wanted to ask her best friend to be her maid of honor, and so I set aside all these incredible gifts.
Right.
And she chose what she wanted, and it was a really cool experience.
So for the men folk out there who have like a hard time shopping
Is that
for
what you
women
call them,
and
men folk?
I call you all lots of things, but when I'm polite, I call you men folk.
We're men folk. All right.
This would take the troubleshooting and like that. I have no idea what my wife likes or my girlfriend or whoever, my sister. I don't know what to buy for them. You know, you just
I
know
do.
what they need to buy.
I do, and you can call ahead. You can just come in, and I'm pretty good at just selecting things for people.
What kind of intake do you do on that? Or is it
So I just get a little feel for the person, the personality, the lifestyle.
Blood type, no.
Exactly. I just kind of get a vibe for what this person does and
That's
likes
cool.
and needs. If they have children, if they don't, if they, there's so many things. We carry everything from bath salts to funny socks and a little bit for everyone. So I really can curate a gift for any occasion.
I believe it. I believe it to be true. I've seen her do it.
What about the man that has all the kilts that he needs? What do you do
Kilts?
with that? Yeah.
Kilts?
Do you have kilts? It's like I don't even know you right now.
I have incredible local pens that are wooden that I think a man
Could
who
fit
wears
in a kilt.
who wears kilts will really like these
Yeah.
cool pens.
Ooh, we
Yes.
could play test Alyssa.
We could. We could. We could.
You should.
We should. We might.
Oh, that's awesome. And I mean, what a neat skill because a guy like me, I run into a brick wall.
Yes.
As soon as I'm looking at, okay, what does my wife want? I remember her telling me what she wanted, and I forgot. So all of a sudden, we're playing a crapshoot, going, okay, I got to be sweet, got to be sincere. I got to try to remember what she reminded me to get for her birthday, and Alyssa helped me out, right?
I would completely do that.
Oh, that's awesome.
And she would nail it.
She would too. So for all the men folk out
All
there,
you men folk, get to Plenty Lifestyle.
you gotta go to Plenty Lifestyle, right? And help allow Alyssa to divine what the present is and the gift is, because she's gonna do a better job than any of us are gonna be doing, right?
That's so true.
I like to take the stress out of shopping, and that is one of my goals
I love it.
for
Very
everyone.
Well, shifting gears into entrepreneurialism, because starting up a company is no easy feat. What advice would you have for other entrepreneurs that are wanting to start their journey and plug in and do something that they're passionate about?
I say absolutely go for it, and you will run into many obstacles, and just keep going. I'm a single mom of 4 children, and I have done this completely on my own, and it truly has been through faith and purpose and passion. And I've had many bathroom floor moments, but it's just getting up and knowing that this is what I'm supposed to do, and just that passion is just incredible. And I hope that I can inspire people to do anything that they want to do, because you really, truly, if you have it in your heart and soul, you can do anything. You can make it happen.
Isn't she great?
Yeah, well, a few of the commenters on Facebook are also championing you. Jenna Lane, love this store so much. She says, Lisa Herbert, want to go. Sounds like fun. And our own Tyler Sparkman says, I'm definitely going to have to go visit the store. It sounds amazing.
Excellent.
And the best part, do you want to? Okay, so tell us where you're located.
So we are 54th off of College. We are 105-1A East 54th Street.
Mm-hmm.
So Mama Corolla's, the Monon Trail, Agrarian is right next door. Locally Grown Gardens is across the street. And Sobro has just become this really incredible place.
The
and
best place.
Such an incredible vibe, and so many cool things have opened. And the Gallery Pastry Shop, we are collaborating for Valentine's, and we are coming up with the perfect gift together combination. So they're going to do hand-painted chocolate and a macaroon.
Oh, that's cool.
And then I'm doing candles that say, I have an unplugged soy candle over there, and so we're going to do soy candles that are local, and it's going to say, I love you more than chocolate, and then a picture of a macaroon.
Cute. I love it so much.
It's going to be great. And that's the other thing I love, that these business owners in Sobro have really come together, and it's becoming a really cool
That's my block here.
neighborhood.
That's my.
I know.
I can throw almost a rock from my window and hit
And
your
it
store.
is one of my favorite places
Probably
to be.
shouldn't
I
say
won't.
that publicly.
I mean, I won't throw rocks at your establishment, but I
Only
could,
to get her
but I
attention
could-
so you can
Just-
open.
Let me in. Let me-
Speaking of local, can you speak to why you think it's so important to shop local and shop local often? We talk about this on the show all the time, but can you kind of put it in your own words why that's so important?
I believe it's important to support local because not only are you helping support the local business owner, and all these incredible artisans are just really trying hard to pay for their kids' ballet lessons and everything. So you're doing more than just helping the organization. You're helping these families, these people, and it's a ripple effect. And when you help local, it spreads, and it does more than just help the business. It helps everybody in the community.
Do you want to give any shout outs to artisans that might be on your heart right now? Anybody you want to give a shout out to?
Goodness. So Anne Cleary is one of my artisans.
Yes.
I have one of her paintings here. Melissa Burris with Soak Your Soul. I have Brian with Brian's Boards. Beth Schweier, Kyle Ragsdale, Amber is local. We support her. Oh my gosh, there are so many, and so many of my favorites that I'm sure I'm leaving a million out. But I have incredible jewelry artisans that are local. Kristen with B Jewelry, Sarah B. Oh my goodness, they're just
Everyone.
I love everyone at Plenty. Yes, yes. And the cool thing also with the artisans is that they are telling their friends who are also artisans. So it's just this incredible community that's coming together at Plenty. So we're all helping each other out.
Yeah, I love it. Well, please keep doing it, and
Thank
I will
you.
come as frequently as you'll let me.
Thank you. You can come anytime. Yes, anytime. Please do.
You got to check with Ryan a little bit on this.
Oh, he's fine.
Oh, wow. All right. So go to the website, plentylifestyle.com. That's a great domain. Very well done. Very well done. I mean, we're in the business of websites. And
We judge these things.
we really do. It's kind of weird, but we do. Go to Facebook. Find them at Plenty Lifestyle as well. Instagram, Plenty Lifestyle. And lift up Plenty Lifestyle in your socials, because it's not only Alyssa and what she's doing, it's also everyone that she's affecting and who she's lifting up. All the local artisans, literally, you're going to send a ripple effect as you're sending your social care. So we certainly appreciate what you're doing there.
you
Oh,
so
you're more
much.
than welcome. More than welcome. Keep
I'm
up keep up the good fight. And we'll certainly drop by, because I know I need a gift concierge.
Yes.
You know?
Yes. There you go.
That's what all the men folk need.
That's right, men folk. Take my word for it. You all need help.
So, Alyssa, any final words for our Edge of Indy audience?
Just thank you so much for listening and having me here, and just help out. Shop local and support your local peeps and shops and restaurants. And Indy is an incredible, incredible place, and we are thriving because you all are helping us thrive by shopping local.
And that's about the reason why we do this on a weekly basis.
And thank you for doing this,
You're
because
more
it
than
really
welcome.
is incredible. And yeah, thank you.
Very cool. Very cool. Oh, well said. Well, thanks so much for all the audience participation and all the champions of Edge of Indy, and really appreciate all of the hard work that goes into this show each and every week. And we couldn't do it without our audience. We couldn't do it without the local Indianapolis entrepreneurs, and we certainly wish you the best regularly on this show. Make sure you lift up 100 Men Who Cook, as well as Outside the Box. Be sure to check out that show as we post that for your viewing pleasure, and make sure you go over into Broad Ripple and check out your local Plenty Lifestyle. I'm sure there's going to be a few more along the way, right? Do you have aspirations for something else?
I do.
Excellent.
Yes.
Excellent.
Yes. This is just the beginning.
Excellent. All right. So I'm Aaron Sparks speaking for Brittany Simpson. We will thank you, and we will see you next week. Remember, choose local and choose local often. Bye-bye.